Sometimes on a song sheet you'll see chord symbols that look something like this. I'm talking about the three chord symbols that use a forward slash sign. These are what are commonly called slash chords. And the best way to think of slash chords is to use the word over in place of the slash sign. So I read this sequence as B, B over A sharp, B over G sharp, B over F sharp, and so on. And B over A sharp is itself a short way of saying play the chord B, but with the note A sharp in the bass. So this sequence is played something like this. So that was B using an ordinary E-shaped bar chord at the 7th fret. Then for B over A sharp, I simply take the B note here down to A sharp there. And then for B over G sharp, I jump down to here with my second finger and play the rest of the B chord here as if it was an A-shaped B, but remembering to keep the G sharp in the bass. And then for B over F sharp, I play my F sharp there and put that B there. And the rest of the sequence was just E, B, A. An aging hippie like me, you may well have recognised that sequence as being from the chorus of a great song by Eric Clapton, which was on the 1974 album 461 Ocean Boulevard. The song's called Let It Grow, and I've chosen this sequence deliberately because it provides an excellent demonstration of several ways in which the slash chord designation can help simplify things. Let's take a closer look at each one of these chords, starting with the B over A sharp. This has the notes A sharp, F sharp, B and D sharp. And if we look at where these notes all fall against the B major scale, we see that they fall on the 1st, 3rd, 5th and 7th steps of the scale. So this chord is actually a B major 7th. And when we play it with the 7th note in the bass, we refer to it as a B major 7th 3rd inversion. So this is an instance of double simplification, really. There just isn't enough room on the rhythm chart to write out the whole of that chord description, B major 7th brackets 3rd inversion close brackets. And if we simply wrote it as a B major 7th, most guitarists would naturally just play it as a root position chord, either like this or like this. Some publications would write this chord as B major 7th slash A sharp. And that's perfectly correct, but I'm in favour of using the simplest possible notation. And B slash A sharp does the trick for me in that respect. Let's look at B slash G sharp now. The notes are G sharp, F sharp, B and D sharp. When we analyse these against the B major scale, we see that they come out as 1, 3, 5, 6, the formula for the major 6th chord. which with the sixth note in the bass is again a third inversion. So again we have a rather complicated chord description. B major sixth brackets third inversion close brackets, which could be simplified to just B sixth slash G sharp. But there is a further dimension here. If you recall from our lessons on chord synonyms, a major sixth chord is a synonym of a minor seventh chord rooted a sixth note above. So B sixth is a synonym of G sharp minor seventh. And if we call it that, we do away with the need to specify the inversion or the bass note, as we're playing it in root position. So here's a very common way of playing B major. If we now want to place that over G sharp as our root note, then you can instantly see that that's also the way we sometimes play G minor seventh. G minor seventh sometimes played like that, or like that. But as a jazz player, I'd often play it just on those four strings there, muting out the fifth string. So, why don't I simply specify that chord as G sharp minor seventh? Well, to be honest, I could. And I have seen several publications where that is exactly what the publishers have decided. I'm going to come back to fully explaining my decision in a moment or two. But it's only going to make complete sense after we've been over the third of our slash chords, B over F sharp. This is a bit simpler. Only three notes in this chord, F sharp, B and D sharp. So we can see that these form the basic B major triad. So in this case, the slash F sharp is simply telling us to play this as a second inversion. So, because of the existence of all these different inversions and chord synonyms, it's not always a straightforward task choosing which chord symbols to publish. Earlier, I promised to explain fully why I would choose to use slash chords to present this sequence. Well, if we listen to the changes of this part of the sequence, I think we get the idea that the basic musical idea is simply a descending B major scale bass line supporting a static B chord. And of all the possible chord symbols I could use to describe what's going on, the ones that best illustrate, most simply illustrate what it is that I can hear are the B slash chords. If I presented the chords like this, although technically correct, there are three problems. Firstly, there is insufficient information here to tell me whereabouts on the fretboard to play the shapes. Secondly, the idea of the descending B major scale bass line is completely hidden from all but the most astute musicians. And thirdly, the sequence is made to look more complex than it really is. If instead I present it like this, I am helpfully providing a little more precise information, but still making things look more complex than necessary in my view. By making full use of the slash chord system, the simple elegance of the musical idea is shown up and the sequence made to look easy to play and to memorise. So, in a nutshell, that's what slash chords can be good for. It's a way to bring out the real musical ideas behind part of a chord sequence and to present the chords in a way that's easy to understand, to learn, to play and to memorise. If you found this lesson interesting, please click on the like button if there is one, or leave a comment. And do feel free to share the video with your friends. And if you'd like to gain full access to all our guitar teaching materials, please visit the Secret Guitar Teacher site and take a free look around at what's available there. See you again soon.